MFL Total Access. We back.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Let's get it.
You want to explain what happened the last 2 weeks?
You were MIA and there was no podcast.
You really can't do it without me, eh?
It was a lot more complicated than that. So let's just say things don't always work out to according to plan. And big shout out to Matt and the boys.
It's really like a dream of mine to be away and to not have to stress about the podcast being up.
That's what you call a dream.
Yeah. I don't know if it's ever gonna happen, but Matt and Gold, huge shout out. Seriously,
yeah.
Thank you very much. Without you guys, there wouldn't have been a podcast last week.
Facts.
The article is actually really well written and really nice.
Yeah?
Thank you. I did appreciate reading it.
That's nice of you, thank you.
Besides the fact that you forgot about the women's, but we'll start by talking about the women's
Good call.
to make up for that. Before we get to that, how'd you find Darcy McGee?
So you know what? It is a cool park. The grass is cool, but I feel we're too far.
Too far.
Like it's not cozy like LeBert.
That's because the fields are all like
that's what I mean, and it's not
lengthwise.
Like, like you can't like if you throw like a 5-yard hook that gets tipped, it doesn't go on the other field like it would at LeBert. You know what I mean? Like that's
not kind of a bad thing though, is it?
No, yeah, we want it to be cozy. No, but it was cool. Like it was long. You did a good job of kicking the soccer guys out in the beginning, and the grass itself was good. A little bumpy. But
you found it bumpy?
Maybe a tad. Not in comparison to LeBert or anywhere else that we usually are. But no, it was a good spot. I liked it. It was it was good because it was like sunny there too.
I haven't seen grass that green in a while.
It's a good call there.
Anything else that happened or any other league news?
Well, because the 9 o'clock starts are a thing now, eh?
It's been a thing for a couple of weeks now. Why?
I was hoping we get to change that.
Well, if you want to play Brawl Stars, it starts 9:30.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Matt, let's get it.
What else do we have?
All the games that were scheduled for this upcoming week at LeBert.
Yeah, you checked your emails.
What?
You checked your emails?
Of course I do.
No, you actually had time to see that today.
What? That's the one email I checked of the 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. So we have all the LeBert games of Darcy McGee again this upcoming Saturday.
Okay, nice.
And it might be like that for the majority of the season.
But the Terrier games...
Stay at Terrier.
Okay. How far are they from each
about
other?
10 minutes?
Drive?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like a little bit further than they are than LeBert is from Terrier. But it's still very doable.
And what's where you have to wait?
There should be 0 back-to-back conflicts between parks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. The only reason there might be one is a player that got added to a roster like late.
Okay.
After the season started, or if there's a sub, maybe.
Oh, that's cool. How you worked it out. How did that happen?
Well, we essentially considered like back-to-back games at different parks like a conflict. Like the same way that like Respect and Arnold's is a conflict for you and they cannot play at the same time. We said that if Respect and Arnold's for William Power are playing back-to-back at different parks, it's also a conflict.
Got you.
So if they're back-to-back, that'd be at the same park, or there has to be an hour and a half break in between them.
Cool. Good stuff.
Yeah. And we got generally good comments from our schedule this season. Like a lot of people said their wait times are reduced, even though they're playing on a lot of teams. And everyone got like their buy requests given to them.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Start with the women's division.
Let's go. Ladies first.
So which game did you see?
So I saw it was it was Crazy Bees against des Eaux du Drapeau.
Des Drapeau.
Yeah, that's what I said. And yes, because you were not there at that time.
Yeah, no, I was not there. But one thing that I did mention in the edit to your write-up was that Crazy Bees needed to find a quarterback and stick with her, right? Because they're going through different quarterbacks, but like at one point you gotta go through your ups and downs, and that's how you'll get better. And I feel that's something they did do in this game. So Sophia Duke threw 29 passes, completing 12 for 92 yards, a touchdown, 3 interceptions, but she did handle the majority of the snaps in this game, compared to their other games where there was a lot of back and forth going with different quarterbacks.
And it's tough when you're doing that too, right? Because like you said, it's tough to get into rhythm. It's tough to, know everyone's playbook and how it is. But yeah, it's funny because final score was 33-6. I didn't really feel like it was that one-sided. But yeah, I think you could tell. Like, did we kind of say at one point that DS are the favorites for the women? I know that Tigres could put up a fight as well, but they just look like super organized. Like, they're there. They have 4 girls on the bench
Really?
that are subbing. Yes, I don't think they had any subs, Crazy Bees, but du Drapeau, they had 4 girls on the sideline talking throughout the the play, communicating too, which was really good. And
they've played organized flag football before.
You can tell.
Okay.
You can tell. Yeah, they've definitely played before, and they communicate. We talk a lot about in us in Div 1 how we should communicate a little bit more than we already do. They really had that down pat. It was a good game. I didn't really feel like it was all that one sided, but Daphne is a stud.
Yeah.
She played in for it was
KLB. She still plays KLB.
Okay, in Brossard though.
In Montreal, KLB in Division 2.
Because when we played them, she wasn't on the team the first game.
Maybe she was not there that day, but she's on the team.
Because I knew I recognized her. She was from the KOB from Brossard. Yeah, she got 2 post routes that were like in stride, perfect pass right in her hands. But like she also has made a good job adjusting to the ball, and it was kind of like the dagger when she got her second, if not third touchdown of the game. And it's a team. You look, girls that we've seen before. Florence too, right? That's on the team, very very experienced. So this gonna be a really good team.
Yeah, like I have not seen them play yet, but I've been following their team and their stats, and Viviane Proulx is really impressive right now. Going 20 for 29, 174 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, getting 3 1-point converts. Through 2 games, she has 10 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Damn.
A 10 to 1 interception ratio. That's
not bad.
That's crazy. Yeah. Threw along on 55% completion percentage, almost 350 yards through 2 games, 7 1-point converts. Like out of her 10 touchdowns, she completed 7 converts in addition to that.
That's very impressive because first of all, you have 1 chance, right? Obviously a convert. And second of all, you have less room to work with.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, Daphne leading the way, 140 yards through 2 games, 5 total touchdowns. That's really impressive. You also have Charlotte Saint-Pierre on this team with 13 receptions. But in that game particularly, even though the score was 33-6 for DS Drapeau, I want to shout out Anne-Marie Côté from Crazy Bees getting 3 sacks in that game. Did you catch any of those?
I think I caught 2 of them.
Were they coverage sacks, defensive sacks? Was she hustling to get to the quarterback?
I think a bit of both. What's good is that she doesn't, sometimes rushers can run like a bull at the quarterback. She's able to stop and contain once you get close to the quarterback, which is good. And she played the angle as well.
And Elisabeth Pellan on DS Drapeau with 2 interceptions in that game. The other, Elisabeth Bolduc, getting the 3rd interception. Oh. So it's a duo of Elizabeths on that team with the interceptions. They both, the 2 Elizabeths combined for 9 total picks through 2 games.
It's do you remember who their first game was against?
I believe it was against Crazy Bees as well.
Okay. Well, look, that's a tough 2 games for Crazy Bees. There's not many teams you're going to play against like this. Like I said, super organized until they played before, and just their plays, it's just crisp. If
you want to get more picks, man, you got to change your name to Elizabeth.
Yeah, true, eh? So I didn't get any picks this week, so maybe Elizabeth is what it's going to be.
William Matheos, Elizabeth Power. Has a good ring to it.
It does. 4 names. But no, it was a good game. Crazy Bees, you can see they're steadily improving. DS were just kind of on a different level.
Our DS top of your power rankings over Tigres and over the Roxanne-led Drama Queens?
It's very close. I would say right now I would have them at 1. Yeah. Just looking, I think I would have them at 1. Tigres at 2, and the Roxanne-led
Drama
Queens at 3. But it's really tight.
Well, look, right now out of the 5 teams, I know the schedule didn't do a lot of favors for many of these teams. Mm-hmm. Mockingjays opened up their schedule playing Tigres 3 times in a row. Crazy Bees opened up their schedule playing against DS Drapeau twice in a row. And Drama Queens played Crazy Bees twice in a row also.
Yeah, see, that's tough. Well, it's not only 5 teams,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, so when there's a fewer amount of teams in those divisions, it's always harder and there's more constraints in the schedule. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting to see that there's 3 teams that are undefeated, 2 teams that are winless. Yeah. There are no teams that have suffered a win and a loss just yet.
True.
In this division.
True.
2 teams with just 6 points against.
Man, defense wins championships.
Moving on to the other game, Tigres against Mockingjays. Goldrick correctly predicted in his bold prediction that was not so bold that Mockingjays will score a touchdown without necessarily predicting if they'll win the game or not.
Right. It wasn't 3 safeties.
Let me check.
So you never know.
No, it was a touchdown on the opening drive. No, not the opening drive of the game. Sorry. But they did score first, and they had a lead. They led for the first time this season.
Wow.
Mockingjays have scored 0 points in their first 2 games, so this is big. It's baby steps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But steps nonetheless.
Yes, exactly. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah. So yeah, this Tigres team, it's impressive because Paula Olivares has been putting up a lot of points, scoring a lot of touchdowns, but she has not necessarily been protecting the ball all that well. 8 picks through her first 3 games. 5 interceptions this game, but her defense is bailing her out every time. Imagine throwing 5 picks and you only give up 6 points.
And you win by 34.
Yeah. Well, she did score the 5 touchdowns to score
It's the Jameis Winston,
She put up the points, yes, but it's also like her defense is doing a great job. And that defense also led by her. She got 2 picks in this game. So a net 3 interceptions, basically.
Exactly, yeah.
What you could say. Haiti also being, I think, the MVP in this game. 3 touchdowns on 6 catches, 64 yards, and also 2 interceptions on defense.
2-way stud.
Yeah, like this team has a bunch of playmakers. Looking at their season stats, you got Haiti and Sari leading the way, both over 100 yards through 3 games, both with multiple touchdowns. On defense, you got the quarterback Paola with 4 picks. Haiti has 3. Sabrina Renault has 3. Both Sabrina and Haiti have 5 PDs through 3 games. That's big.
I think it's like a very similar kind of setup to DS in terms of like organization.
Except the names aren't Elizabeth.
True, names aren't Elizabeth. Other than that, being good on both sides of the ball.
Yeah. I'm excited to see that heavyweight matchup of Tigres against Drama Queens.
That'll be a good one.
And we're only going to have to wait until this upcoming weekend to see it.
Nice.
Is that your game of the week?
Hey, you gotta wait. But so far, that's my game of the week.
I think so. Speaking of games, I think you also you fucked up your sniper again.
That's ridiculous. Like, did anybody else?
Yeah, Kevin lost his too.
Who did he pick?
He picked Hawks over KC Chiefs, but your boy Skin had something else to say.
I heard.
He balled down in that game. We'll talk about it soon.
We will.
Did you see him?
Not since, but he called me.
And you answered?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I finally answered. Edwards.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah.
Sick.
But he watched the women's game with you. Did he leave early a bit to go to his game?
Yeah, okay, exactly. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, we also got Mockingjays playing Drama Queens this upcoming week. What are the keys to scoring more than just 6 points and potentially winning the game for Mockingjays?
Well, yeah, I'd be curious to see what. I don't think I've caught any of their games. I wonder if it's sometimes when you have like a new team and coming into the league. Obviously, there's players that have played in the league before, but it's a first time team assembled. You try and overcomplicate things. You got to stick to like honestly 4 or 5 plays. And
just run all hooks for the whole first half.
Honestly,
and see where it takes you.
Yeah,
like I'm convinced that there's a few teams that could just run all hooks, like literally.
And then you have variations.
And then in the second half, all hooks with 1 hook and go.
Exactly. Yeah.
Still from the hook though.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Just to send the goal. But that's it. And then, or sometimes let's say you have a play where you have flood to one side, you just flip and you flood to the other side. Keep it simple and stay patient. Right. I know it's stuff you don't want to fall to 0-5, 0-6, 0-7, but it is a long-ish season. And right now you said they're 0-3.
They're 0-3 with 6 points for 89 points against.
That's tough. Look, I would say, don't worry about the defense. Offense, just try and move the ball. Forget about even scoring points. I think getting first downs. And then once the defense cheats up, you can take that deep shot.
And as a reminder, all 5 teams make the playoffs. So we could have a winless champion in this division.
That's pigs can fly.
Pigs can fly?
Pigs can fly. But you know the expression.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think because I remember you had said that in a past episode.
We have quite a few.
And I was trying to remember why you had said that. Yeah, I think.
Probably something about Kevin.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah. All right.
But we got a good game this week then. To keep an eye on that one.
Yeah. Let's go to Division 5 now.
Yep, Div 5.
So, okay, yeah. Were you there? I think you were playing your Arnold's game at the same time.
Okay.
The Sniffers and Titans. Did you hear what happened?
Okay, no, but I heard John saying he needs to potentially suspend a bunch of players.
Yeah, well, the potentially happened. So 3 players from the Sniffers got suspended.
I have a feeling.
And a few more got severely warned. I know there's one player on the Sniffers, their captain, that has played in the league before with Cobra Kai. Remember that team?
Yes.
They had your boy Rudy on the team.
Yes.
Yeah.
45.
Yeah. I don't know if they played in other organized sports leagues or if they played in like minor sports leagues when they're younger. But this ain't the place for those shenanigans. It just ain't the place.
Yeah.
That's not what the MFL's about. And it's, against any team, but especially in Division 5, when it's truly a beginner division for fun. How can you get that heated to the point where you're getting ejected and eventually suspended? And not that there's any team where this would be justified against, but a team like the Titans, who are a bunch of maybe the nicest guys we can have in the league, literally, that it did not stem from them. They didn't provoke in this game, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Titans, those guys that have been playing in the league for a while and guys that we've talked to, and we're not just saying that because they play in the league and we want to have their back. We actually know these guys, right? And good guys, caring guys that have. I'm sure we talk about the.
Steven Chow's an Eagles fan, so I don't know how much of a good guy he truly is.
Good con.
Those Eagles fans,
right? So
yeah. The Titans.
I mean, it's not the Dolphins or the Cowboys.
Yeah, but it's not the Tennessee Titans either. They have their logo has the Canadian
whatever it is.
Maple leaf on it.
Right, true. I mean, Dolphin would have been cooler, but all that to say, we know they're good guys, and yeah, that's tough. Because I did see Sniffers play the previous week, and there do seem to be heat. And look, there's nothing
sick
wrong.
Jerseys.
They do. Nothing wrong with loving a game and being heated and being emotional, but obviously you have to be able to keep that in check, and we saw that with like you said, the 3 guys being
just be respectful. It's not asking for a lot. I don't think it's asking for a lot to be respectful, or just don't be disrespectful.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect your opponent. Don't disrespect the refs.
Yeah.
Without refs, there would be no game. So you'd rather have nobody there reffing.
Right. Yeah. Like you said, it's okay to disagree with a call here and there. We've all done it.
Just do it respectfully. I think most refs will explain themselves and do it rather in a good way if they're asked politely. Yeah. Right? And it's difficult to find refs in general. It's difficult to find experienced refs because a lot of the new refs don't have that experience that comes with them, right? And you need to officiate games to get that experience and that confidence, right?
Of course.
But when you have players disrespecting refs and telling them off and getting suspended for it, it doesn't really motivate those officials to officiate in our league, right?
Yeah, of course.
Anyway,
that was unfortunate.
Enough about that.
I wonder how John... So, because John was playing at the same time.
Yeah.
So I guess he heard about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you spoke to him after he had went to collect information?
Yeah, he said it just randomly in passing, just before we left the field.
Okay.
But a big win for Titans.
Yeah, big win for Titans after having lost earlier in the day to SUNY's 45.
Yeah.
Slot machines. Demolishing secret agents. Did you see any of that game?
I did not. But that 53 points jumped up to me right away.
Yeah. Giovanni had himself a game. 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. Pretty decent ball distribution there. Carl on defense getting 3 picks. If you can offer some advice to our boy Jean-François Laurence, who's learning the ropes of the quarterback position. Wheeler's a student of the game, great player, a great overall guy. Seems to be struggling a little bit here.
I'm curious to see his play. But look, he played with Steve this past winter, right? In our MFL.
True.
So you have
triple slants.
Yeah, really triple slants left, triple slants right, and then again, like we talked about, you take the shot when it's there. But like I said, I know it's not what people want to hear. The patience, it's a long season. He did throw quite a few picks in this game, but I think a lot of times it does come with the play calling. Keep it short, and you kind of, he's a receiver. He's a good receiver himself. You go back to what plays do you get open on, right, as a receiver, and you kind of implement that into your offense.
Well, he's probably always open on almost any play. He balled down in that Division 3 game with Phoenix. We'll get to it later. So he probably just thinks any play, my receivers, I trust my guy.
There you go.
But yeah, especially for young quarterbacks or like inexperienced quarterbacks, it sucks to say because like you watch the game, you watch the NFL, you see Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, you want to sling it, but the most efficient way to win games is to control a boring offense. Like it really sucks, but like we were joking about it before, but all hooks could actually take you so far.
Yeah.
Like it'll be pretty efficient, you know. Like you said, you only have to have like a handful of plays. Like there's no point of. I see teams. It's their first season, and the quarterback comes with like a playbook that has like 20 pages, like maybe not 20 pages, like 20 plays on it.
Yeah, right.
And just master 3-4 plays to start, and then create variations. And we've said in the past, and no one's ever came up to us, but in case anyone needs any help, not that Will and I are like the best players, but we've been playing for a long enough time that we understand what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah.
And especially in the lower divisions, there's a lot of things that don't work. And just having that minimum knowledge could really change the game. And particularly on this team, you have your boy Yavar, who has a boatload of flag football experience. Which I don't know if how comfortable he is with like GFs, like kind of like show him the ropes, help him out a bit there.
Yeah.
But like, don't hesitate. Like, don't hesitate to reach out to Steve, to us, ask your boy Yavar. We're trying to get better at this point, right?
Yeah. And, you know, JF's a guy that I think he's very receptive to, you know, for tips and stuff like that. I don't think he's going to have too much of an ego, so.
Yeah. So, Sooney's back on the in the win column. I did not see this game, but did you?
No, I didn't catch this game. Did Sooney's have another game?
1 second.
Wait, Sooney's against... Yeah, Sooney's put up 33 points in this game against Titans. Did Titans have a bunch of subs?
Doesn't look like it. Why? What do you...
No, because I saw a game with Jorge throwing.
Jorge threw for big booties.
That's all that one. Good call.
So let's move on to that one.
Against Jungle Squad, there you go.
Yeah. So I'd say that this Jungle Squad team is an average D5 team. They have their moments. They maybe not have like their moments sometimes. They went on a run last fall, remember?
Yes.
Even winning a playoff game. Jorge subbing in at quarterback for this Big Booties team, his ex-Big Booties team. He left them for Sooney's 45 because he wanted to be quarterback. And now they asked him to quarterback because they were looking for a quarterback. And he kind of balled out 6 touchdowns, 170 yards. Like you, I was there for this game and you also watched this game. It's you would not think it's his first season quarterbacking.
Right, he looked very like in control and confident.
Yeah,
like he saw something open and he didn't second guess.
I mean that obviously helps when you have Max in the huddle to help you out with the plays, but also to be your security blanket where you could like throw it to him on 4th and 30, 4th and goal from the 30.
Yeah,
and he mosses like 3 guys in Division 5.
Yeah,
it was a little. I don't know what word to use, but. Right before that game, I played with Max on Outlaws in Division 1. And he was making these sick catches, toe-tapping it, and he was yelling like how he's like a dominant receiver and whatnot. And then he's going to Division 5 and doing like the same thing, and it's like, he was trying a bit too hard, you know? like the ball's in the air, and he's ball hawking that thing.
Right.
Like the ball's in the air, Max like, that's mine.
Well, it's. I think it's tough. It's a discussion that we should have. I think when you're playing in a division, I think no matter what game we talked about it, you're trying your best no matter what.
Yeah.
But then that brings the question: do we let a Division 1 stud play in Division 5?
Yeah.
I think like
we kind of already did.
Right. That's what I mean, and maybe that's something to look at.
Reevaluate. Yeah. Because like this team is not like a below average. Even remove Max from the team, it's not a below average Division 5 team. They're not a bottom tier Division 5 team. Like. Kayla balled out in this game. She's not a Division 5 player.
Right.
Like, Kayla's not a Division 5. Like, Kayla's really strong in Division 5. Like,
yeah.
You saw her catching some of those deep balls.
Chris was like, damn.
Yeah, like those. And I wouldn't even say this one of her better games. This was an average game for her. Like, the way she played this game was really... She played really well. But that's what's expected of her. Like, in this division, right? The 3 touchdowns were maybe above average. Right. But the catches she was making was not like, oh, she never makes those catches. Like, those catches she was making were like catches that she usually makes. Yeah. So like this Yeah, but this game did shift. I think it was 26-6 at one point, and then you blinked, and it was 26-18. Jorge did throw he had 2 picks in this game, back-to-back picks, and Jungle Squad were able to capitalize on both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but Jungle Squad they'll be okay.
Oh, definitely they'll be okay. I could see them hitting their stride. They're missing a couple of players in this game, but yeah, they'll for sure be okay. Frederic and Camille had big games in this one. Frederic getting 2 sacks, also 4 catches. Camille had only 2 catches, but for 55 yards, she caught a nice ball on the sideline and made a few people miss
nice.
on those tackles. Yeah. Also, if I could just give a tip to Jerome, especially when you're playing against a guy like Max, that's the other thing. The Max situation why maybe rose me wrong is that a guy like Jerome, he's an average D5 quarterback. His stats might show otherwise in this game, but in that division, you should be allowed room for error. In Division 1, if you float the ball up in the air, it's getting picked off for sure, and you're expecting that. In Division 5, if you throw a ball and it floats up in the air, it shouldn't get picked off 10 times out of 10. You agree?
Yeah.
It might get dropped, it might get tipped. The defender might not track it really well. But when you're playing against a team that has a D1 caliber defender, you throw the ball in the middle, it's for sure going to get picked off. But it should not. The throws Drummer was making did not merit 4 picks on your average Division 5 matchup.
I get what you're saying.
In this game, it did.
Yeah. It's tough. Maybe that makes him better, right?
Yeah.
Because it's...
I remember when I first played quarterback and I was throwing, and my first game ever, there was Serge Pilon on the other side. I don't know if it made me better that day, but...
but later on, and you learn, and it's...
that's when I learned that, sometimes you're desperate, you're like, okay, someone's going to be open, you just throw it. Sidelines are your best friend.
Yeah.
So one thing, Jerome, I noticed that sometimes he made a lot of nice plays, but sometimes when he was panicking, didn't know, he saw his players would be deep downfield. In the middle, the probability of it being completed is much lower, and the probability of it being picked off is much higher. You throw to the sideline, either your receiver is going to catch it most likely, or it'll be incomplete.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to get a pick towards that sideline.
Yeah.
And I learned it the hard way that game. I threw 6 picks.
Okay.
He only threw 4 in this game, but I think Serge had 5 out of the 6.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Binet, I think, finally getting their first win, and a big one against 8 Ballers.
The 40 burger.
Yeah. Mathieu Roy KC protecting the ball well. 5 touchdowns, 0 picks. Spreading the ball pretty nicely. I'm surprised.
Yeah, because we talked about this team, and because they were struggling, I didn't think it would be that much longer until they hit stride.
Really quick,
yeah. Obviously, first time playing quarterback there for Mathieu, but this game clean sheet, like you said, 0 picks and 4 converts.
Yep. High percentage.
Yep. Good stuff.
So that's it for Division 5. Go to Division 4.
Good stuff.
4. Let's get it. So thank you, the Bandits. My survivor pick. Beating 28-3. I did not see any of this game. Did you?
Nope. I think that was at the...
I think it was the same time we were playing at 9.
Same field?
Yeah. Oh my, there were a lot of D4 games.
Holy.
Did you see any of them?
I saw... a total of 0.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, what looking at the overall schedule and the scores, what surprises you the most? I have my answer.
Surprises?
Yeah.
I didn't see Tropic Thunder only putting up 12.
Okay, let's talk about that game.
Yeah.
They played against a very good Hawks team.
Yeah, that's true.
Who were undefeated at that time. No longer the case.
Who?
Hawks.
Oh, because they played twice. Okay.
Yeah, so we had Rob come in at quarterback for a little bit in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it is surprising they only put up 12 in addition to to giving up 39, right?
Right.
I think the gap in this game, I would expect these two teams to be closer in score.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because Tropic Thunder have been playing for a while. I really like Connor at the quarterback position. Throws a nice ball, reads the field really well. Even the game that they lost when I did the write up a while ago. I couldn't believe they lost that game. So yeah, not the.
Who was it against?
It was against John McClub with our boy throwing Dumas.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're sitting at 1-2 right now. Hopefully they're able to get back on track. But yeah, that's a little surprising to me.
Elliot Bourque has been dominant. 9 catches for 121 yards and a tutty in this game. Our boy Thomas getting 3 touchdowns in this game on 6 catches, 42 yards. Elliot Bourque has 444 yards in 5 games to go along with 8 touchdowns on 37 receptions. Leading Division 4 in all 3 of those statistical categories.
Wow.
Right? Oh, sorry, no. Our boy Thomas actually has 9 touchdowns. That means Louis should be really up there in the touchdown passes. Yeah, leading the division with 24 through 5 games, putting him on an average of 48 through the season. That's really good.
Sounds pretty good.
So
a hot team, very athletic team, eh?
I have not seen them play yet.
I mean, just kind of with the...
But John's on the team, so for sure.
John Evans?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'll take that back.
What do you mean?
Well, I said they were... yeah, that makes them more athletic.
What shocks me the most is Mustard Tigers going 0 for 2 on the day.
It's true, a drama... Yeah. Bear's a solid squad, but I think against Drama Club, against Duma, who is a good quarterback, but learning the position, he should not be getting... He should not be outplaying Brian Mustard.
Did you see Valiquette cry lately?
I haven't.
No, he didn't come crying to you about how it's not fair that he can't throw with that team in Division 4, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, because at first he was before he wasn't able.
What?
At first he wasn't when he found out he wasn't
his QB
able.
rating's too high to throw in Division 4.
Okay.
He asked if we could get it lower to throw for Drama Club.
Mm-hmm.
And there were certain conditions that the team was not really ready to part ways with.
Mm-hmm.
Respectable.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
But he felt that it was not fair when he looked at the rosters of other teams.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you're beating Mustard Tigers, who are maybe one of the favorites in this team, with Simon Dumas at quarterback, who's an amazing all-around player, but still, I'd say a beginner-level quarterback.
Yeah.
I think it goes to show that the team around him is fairly strong.
Yeah, I mean, when you got, guys like our buddy Ben Faber, right?
Division 1 player.
That's the thing.
Nick Potvin, all-time tackle leader in the history of flag football in the world.
Exactly. There you go. You have athleticism mixed with smarts, mixed with, veteran play. You can't really ask much more from a squad.
Greg D'Alessio rushing for this team, getting 3 sacks. OG rusher in this league.
Yeah. No, it's a even with Dumas, the quarterback position, I think he's played better than I would have, thought this early in the season, early in his career.
Ben Lepetit, one-handed pick in this game.
There you go.
And yeah, so
an all-around stud. But studs across the board.
Like in this game, Brian threw more picks than touchdowns, so it kind of made sense they didn't win it.
Mm-hmm.
But in the other game against Bearhood, he threw for 5 touchdowns, over 200 yards, 2 interceptions. But Dave Lepin on the Bearhood side, 6 touchdowns, 0 picks, almost 300 yards. That's very impressive. He had Antoine Bussière and Steve Gerardo, both with over 100 yards in this game.
What?
It's crazy. I mean, he played well. Gets an A+ across the board, except for ball distribution. I give him a solid F. Antoine 5 catches, Steve 9 catches. That's 14 out of his 17 completions. But you gotta do what you gotta do. He got the W at the end of the day, right?
That's what happens. Look, and if you got to adjust later on, you adjust.
Or you don't.
Yeah. But it's cool. Bearhood, without like the core guys they had, right? Without Valiquette, without Ben Faubert, and still this dominant team that we know them to be.
Our boy David Cesar did a great job recruiting
mm-hmm.
and putting this team together. Who was initially supposed to be a Division 5 team. Added a few players. We bumped them up Division 4 and doing fairly well so far early on this season. Man. Sitting at 2-1 and top 3 in their conference.
That's impressive, though. My math serves me correct. That's 78 total points for
in this game.
Yeah, in this game. But for a Div 4 game, 78 points.
Yeah.
Both quarterbacks played well, but like you said, only one could come away with the W.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it makes more sense. This game was late in the day. Mustard Tigers had a big break between their two games. Probably like popping some, cracking open some cold ones, sipping on them brewskis.
Yeah, fair. But still, they played. I think that you can say they played better in this game than they did in their first.
It seems like it's that wide, at least offensively, not defensively.
Yeah, true.
KC Chiefs red hot with 2 straight wins.
Yep.
That new addition of Jason Edwards pays off big time. 6 touchdowns on 181 yards, 1 interception, but also 3 picks on defense. So you could say like all around MVP for this team. They also had 2 subs in Jeremy Desrochers and Matthew Clare, who we know very well from Blue Badgers.
Yes.
2 other stronger players. So like they really helped out. They were there, I think, for both of the last 2 games for KC Chiefs.
Wow, nice.
And
Edwards isn't normally the QB for this team.
It was his first game on the team. Brandon started out at quarterback for the first drive and a half. Then Edwards took over, and the rest was history.
So Edwards is allowed to play receiver in Div 4.
Well, yeah, he fits the cap on this team.
Okay, that's a pretty good.
Don't forget, you watched that for their first game when I was reffing.
Yeah.
This team got completely demolished by Tropic Thunder, 48-6. Like it.
Yeah.
It's impressive to see that. I know that they all improved since then, and they do have like some other good players, like like your boy Kareem.
Yep.
On the team.
Balled out in this game.
But it's impressive to see how one player. We know Jason's a high caliber player, but it's crazy to see how like one player could make such a huge impact.
Yeah.
For the squad. Yeah, Kareem balled out 8 catches for 103 yards, 107 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Damn, respect.
He had himself a day.
Yeah. That's wow. Go over 100 yards and the quarterback passes for 181. That's a big percentage there.
What's his touchdown celebration? Do you know?
He's probably hitting the dab.
He dab?
Yeah.
Dab.
He's a dab.
Do it again?
Dab.
What's the little...
You gotta do the wrist there, like that. And you only go halfway too. You don't go full. Yeah.
Okay, there.
But impressive, man. Chiefs really turned it around.
Yeah. Action Squad going 2-0 this weekend.
That's a solid team.
This was a team that was very, very hesitant to move to Division 4. Was most probably not going to move up had they not won the D3 Winter Championship. And even then, they lost some key players and replaced them with maybe slightly less experienced players. So they really had an argument to stay in Division 5. And we actually told them, it's your choice. You might struggle in D4, but you'll probably be better by the end of the season, right?
Right.
Because Action was kind of like a middle-of-the-pack team this winter. And they had 2 huge upsets. I don't remember if you remember the winter playoffs.
Yes.
They played the play-in, and then they beat the 1 and the 2 seed to win that championship against 2 teams that were like dominant in the Division 3.
Yeah.
So I knew that if they could play that way throughout the whole season, there wouldn't be a problem.
Right.
But it's very difficult to play like playoff caliber football throughout a 10-game regular season when you have guys going on vacation, players missing here, injuries happening and all that.
Yeah, it's tough.
But Golgish is a great teacher of the game. And he has that chemistry now with his team, and he's sitting first in the Power Conference at 3-1.
Let's go.
What's crazy is that they have they're not a 500 team. 3 wins, 1 loss. Their differential is +2.
I guess they're winning tight ones.
Or, yeah, they didn't get blown out in the first game, but they lost by 2 possessions, and then all their wins... Yeah, 2 of their wins came by 1 point. So they're winning those close games.
That's
important
big.
converts. 1 of their wins came in OT.
3 straight W's.
3 straight W's.
Good stuff.
Low scoring affair between Phoenix and CIA Fusion. Kevin threw 3 picks. You'll probably hear the excuses in his article.
Yeah. But that was one of... Oh, true, no, Phoenix split in D3. That's true, never mind.
Phoenix won both their games this weekend. They had a huge win against Système Urbain, 48-12. And after the game, Kevin comes to me, he's like, I didn't even use Vince that much. He only caught 1 pass for 5 yards. He didn't mention that he also had a touchdown and a 1-point convert. But regardless, 1 catch, okay, Kevin, good job for not utilizing your D1 player. But then in that tight game against CIA, he didn't come up to me after the game to let me know, yeah, Vince caught 9 passes for 107 yards and all 3 of my touchdowns.
You keep that. Hey, no one asks.
Wow, Kevin got 2 picks in this game.
For real?
Yeah.
I told you, he's a secretly good DB.
Which game are you most looking forward to this Saturday in D4?
Honestly, that very first one, I'm gonna go with most of Crew and Hawks. I think that'll be a good one. Two, teams that have guys that have been playing for a while, up there in the power rankings. And you got two good quarterbacks there, two high power offenses. That one could be first to 40 wins.
Wow.
Well, could be.
Could be. We'll find out.
Yep.
Division 3?
Div 3.
So, when you don't play for the first 3 weeks of the regular season and you show up week 4, you can say that what was expected of us in that Thunder Buddies Double Dippers game happened. But seriously, we knew Double Dippers were strong. I think they finished first in the past 2 Division 3 regular seasons. This team has that chemistry. They've been playing together for a while now. Mm-hmm. They also have that time management factor at the end of the game, not to take any unnecessary risks. David Bisson has really developed into a very strong quarterback. Mm-hmm. Mason Miller, Smodzma, studs. Yeah. Both sides of the ball.
Sick catches by Mason Miller.
Yeah.
They would look like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
They kind of got there and...
Yeah. I mean, it was their 3rd game of the regular season.
Yeah.
Still undefeated. They lost after beating us?
Too loud.
I know they had a doubleheader. So they're not undefeated.
No.
They're 3-1. They lost loud. We'll go on check out that game in a little bit. I was really shocked when I saw the TDs and Bears and Sooners 45 scoreline.
Yeah.
I knew that game was kind of a toss-up. I could have taken either team. But I was expecting more points from both teams, especially by Sooners 45.
It's not easy to keep Diego in check. Only 1 touchdown pass, 152 yards, and not any
Khalil rushing him.
True, but not any rushing yards, right?
When your rush yards are negative, it won't show up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so because when you get sacked, it counts into your rushing yards, and when your rushing yards are negative, it won't show up. Yeah.
4 sacks on the day for him,
and 3 additional tackles to the 4 sacks, so probably short yardage situations. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think TDs and Bears are legit, eh?
That's
Bears. I think Bears, yeah.
Bears, yeah. They are.
They're even missing Leo and Pio in this game.
Pio is usually the snapper, right?
Yeah.
Like we said, Alexi's really been improving at the quarterback position, game in and game out. Take what the defense gives him, and that's really all you need.
Villains Bins. Villains won their first game of the regular season by 1 point, and they lost their last 2 games by 1 point. They've been in those 1-point games for all 3 of their games. They had 2 games this Saturday.
Yep.
Losing both by a combined of 2 points.
Ooh, that's tough. Sometimes in those set losses you learn the most.
Yeah, what do you learn?
How to win fight games. Because you got to do what you didn't do. But it's against 2 pretty solid squads.
Yeah.
They lost to Tigres, one of them.
They lost to the number 1 and number 3 seed.
Right.
Laval, after losing that first game to the aforementioned Villains, went 2-0 this weekend, beating Iron Wolves and Double Dippers. Did you see any of these games?
I did not. I was a little surprised to see Iron Wolves, or how easily Laval were able to beat Iron Wolves in this game.
Small Valley Kid having himself a game.
Yeah.
Games, I should say. Mm-hmm. Throwing for a combined 11 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Over 400 yards in both games. Well over 60% completion. He went 21 for 26 in the second game. And after that, he's going to try to convince us that he should be allowed to throw in Division 4.
Yeah, I don't...
make it make sense.
Yeah. Throw a pick here and there.
Yeah. I don't think it gets better than that on a back-to-back games on the same day, right?
No, not when you're putting up points like that, getting 2 straight W's.
The only knock I could say is that he only converted 3 1-point converts out of the 11. Mm-hmm. So he could be a little bit of room for improvement there. But when you got Dave St. Jean, who's catching 7 of your 21 balls, exactly 1/3 are going to him. And in the first game, exactly 1/3 as well, 8 of 24. Yeah, I think Simone uses Dave St. Jean more than I use you.
Well, that's a bit of a stretch. I mean, no, but you never know. But it's impressive to see Simon because obviously he knows these guys, but he hasn't necessarily played with all these players before, right? The team coming from Brossard, experienced quarterback, experienced team. It's good to see it working out so far.
Yeah. What else do we have here in Division 3 this past weekend?
Let's see. Right, that was a good game between Phoenix Rossos, right? The high scoring game. 38-30.
Did you catch any of it?
I did not.
Pretty good ball distribution by both quarterbacks.
Yeah. That's like Gamu should make a really nice catch. I think we saw that together.
Maybe. I don't remember.
Catching over little Nicky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice one. And look, I think it's crazy to say that like with Kevin and everything, but I think this is a team that could compete for a championship. Phoenix.
Phoenix?
Yeah.
Even after losing this game?
Yeah. Look, putting up 30 points against a team like Rossos. You have a good roster now. JF is showing. You talk about guys.
This is the game that JF balled out, and I told you he 5 for 77, 4 touchdowns.
You talk about guys improving at the quarterback position. He's a guy improving at the receiver position every single game he plays. Obviously a born receiver, but now like really becoming a number one wide receiver in this offense. I think Guac too, a really good receiver. Yeah, you look at like this team's gonna go as far as Kevin takes them.
Yeah.
And this game they lost, but he had a good one.
I think that's most of what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Division 2.
D2.
Only one game to cover in this division.
True.
You played in it. I refed in it.
Yep.
Lots of emotion in this game.
Yeah.
I want to point out, though, if I had to ask you who would probably be the most organized team captain / GM of the league, who would you say?
Mike Jazz.
And if I had to ask you who probably has the most sets of pennies, different colored jerseys, spares in his bag, who would it be?
Our boy Mike Jazz.
So it's safe to say that I was pretty shocked. Like, I understand the schedule didn't do them no favors, being away in back-to-back games against Respect.
Mm-hmm.
But being away does have its advantages. Let's start with that. Mm-hmm. When you're away, you get to choose the coin toss. Right? It's your call, heads or tails. And this game almost went in overtime. Right? This game was very close to going to overtime.
Almost went to overtime, yeah.
Yeah. So having that choice is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But
true.
I get that Mike Jazz was kind of upset having to wear the pennies before the game.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I felt it kind of took away a lot from like just it's a fact. You're the away team,
right?
Like wear the pennies and focus on what's actually important, right?
Yeah.
And I was surprised that he seemed to not be aware that he was the away. Like this is stuff that like
Mike should be aware of.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's just the reality of it, right? When you have two, I think the first time we played each other, we didn't wear. I don't think anybody wore pennies.
No.
I don't think so.
Oh, but did they not? Maybe I don't think they had those jerseys yet. Maybe they didn't have those jerseys.
You could be right. I can't remember. But still, all in all, good game for the short-handed secure top shooters.
Yeah, missing Marvin's. I think who are they missing? You guys are missing Joey. They're missing Marvin, and Bobby, Trey.
Mm-hmm.
But watching this game, what stuck out to me the most, like Mike Roy's a true Division I quarterback. Like Mike Roy should be playing Division I right now. The only reason he's probably not is a circumstance of the way rosters are built and all his potential players who he'd play with already on different teams in Division I.
Mm-hmm.
But Mike Roy was upset in this game, like visibly upset.
Right.
And normally I would be like, not like I kind of like hate on that or like be like, it's not the way to conduct yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But in this game particularly, and the way he was playing, I kind of felt for him and understood where he was coming from.
Yeah.
He was like playing his ass off and making plays. And if he was on that Division I team, plays would have been made. There were certain drops, certain misreads reads or players not doing what they were supposed to do, that if he had the personnel or like a Marvin, that would not have been the case.
Right.
So I really understood his frustration that game.
Yeah.
From the sideline not being there. Obviously, like, you want to not be that kind of teammate, but like in this particular game, when he was going toe-to-toe against like the mammoth of a team that Respect is, and Steve on the other side, he knew he couldn't afford to make many mistakes, and it was out of his control, the mistakes that were being made, right?
Right, exactly.
And like I said, like he's a D1 quarterback, so he's expecting a certain standard from his receivers. Not to say that secure top shooters don't have like Division 1 talent. They do have Division 1 talent, but I don't think you look at the roster from top to bottom and they're all players who can ball out in Division 1.
Yeah, I think what stood out to me in this game was probably the play calling. Like, I mean, because we have Dylan's a very good play caller on defense, and we didn't necessarily have our best game defensively either, but there seemed to always be a player, at least one player open on a play, and Mike would he would march down the field, and that's what we were giving him when he was taking it.
Well, yeah,
right?
Mike has like one of the best arms in the NFL. Like, he has kind of an arm, great deep ball. But in this game, I was surprised. 35 total completions.
Right, yeah.
Like, that's a lot of completions. Like, he was really dinking and dunking, and it was working, right? Like, he had a smart game plan in place, and he knew what it took to try to get the dub in this game.
That's the thing, exactly. And we don't have, like, Marv, obviously, it doesn't, you're not able to stretch the field
Take the
as
top
much.
off the defense.
Yeah, but you have, guys that could take the top off of defenses too. You got Rooney, you got Sidney, and I think that in this game it was, I don't think we took secure top shooters not as seriously because they were missing players. I just think that, like you said, Mike had a great game, good play calling there, and the receivers. Rob White had a nice game. Rooney didn't have a bunch of yards per catch, but still he was the guy moving the change for them, and that's why the game was close.
Very impressive. Steve threw 6 touchdowns to 6 different receivers. He just had 6 receivers with a touchdown pass.
True.
That was great ball distribution. Simone Shen getting the big chunk of change there with 83 yards, but I really feel that, like, in this offense particularly, like, you're in it, so you could correct me if I'm wrong, but Steve really trusts anyone and everyone.
Yeah.
Like, it's really just like, I'm throwing to the open guy and I'm not zoning in on my top guy.
Right.
And it really showed in this game. Like, there were certain times where you guys were maybe not moving the chains as easily, and they were forcing you to 3rd and 4th downs, but you guys would end up converting on those. You had a pretty quiet game, 2-4.
Yeah. Hey, we've got team effort, like you said.
Yeah, like Steve had almost as many rushing yards as you had receiving yards.
That means I had a terrible game then.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was you said a good game top to bottom, but I think next time when we play these guys, we're gonna well,
that next time is this week, and this time you will be the away team.
Okay.
So you guys prepare the pennies.
Up. Shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I'm looking forward to that. Good rematch.
Pocket Rockets and Secure Top Shooters both have a doubleheader. Pocket Rockets playing KLB, and then they're playing Secure Top Shooters. It's going to be a bunch of good games this weekend in Division 2.
Hey, look forward to it. Get your popcorn ready.
Yeah. Last but not least, Division 1.
Divuno.
You want to start with your game, or you want me to start with my game?
Start with your game.
So, Outlaws Bush Boys. We're missing Marvin in this game. Besides that, we're pretty much complete roster. They showed up with 6 guys.
Yeah, okay, notice that there was 6, eh?
7. Actually, they ended up being 7.
Okay.
I think there were 6 to start the game, but there were 7. Yeah. But it's something about playing with fewer subs that you're more into the game.
Yeah.
And they were literally connecting on all cylinders. Like, Small Blaze a really good quarterback, like you've seen him play.
Yeah.
This was maybe one of his better games. 28 of 37, 223 yards, 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Whenever we would score quickly to make it like a one-possession game, he would score the next drive very easily. Like, there was no... Like, I don't think there was ever a drive where he had a hard time to punch it in, or he was ever in doubt. Like,
I think that very first drive, you got them to 4th down, and Duchesne had a really nice catch.
Yeah.
I think over the middle.
Duchesne stepped up to snap in this game. 4 catches for 73 yards, 2 touchdowns, a 1-point convert. Even here, Simone Blaise ball distribution, like, you have nothing to say about it, right? Like,
yeah.
He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All 6 of his receivers, at least 3 catches.
All of them a touchdown.
All of them a touchdown.
I think this team is better than we anticipated.
I never anticipated them not being great.
No, me neither. But I mean, like, to beat Outlaws by 11, and their first game playing together against an Outlaws team that's played together for a while. That game was really tight too. So I think this is a team that could be number one in the power rankings.
Would they be your number one right now?
I think it'd be hard not to put them one. Sitting at 2-1. Tied with A-Team at 2-1. Because the Bush Boys, I believe they won back to back. Yeah, I think right now they'd be my number one squad.
They won back to back, putting up 47 and 51 points in those 2 games.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a lot of points, man. Talking about your game, how did Iron Wolves pull off the upset against A-Team?
It was it was a good game. We were up in this game, was 13 zip, and A-Team came storming back. It was 13-12 at halftime. 2 nice touchdowns by Dylan. Then they scored in the second half. Then I believe it was James. James had 2 picks in this game. James Colley, both of them the exact same way. One-handed pick that he reeled in, and then Charles Verreau made a nice pick for us. And then we switched things up. John was saying, because we were doing double quarterback at certain points in the game, and John said,
not necessarily on converts.
No,
Okay.
I don't think we didn't really do it on converts.
You would just drop back?
I would drop back. Sometimes Chris dropped back.
Did Chris throw any balls?
Chris, he threw a nice 2-point convert to.
But during the you just said you guys didn't drop back on converts.
No, later on we did. Yeah, later on when.
But he didn't throw any passes during the game besides converts.
Hope no.
He only keeps that for Division 3 where he's not allowed.
There you go. But no, it was a good team effort. I think defensively we stepped up, and then John
took himself out.
Yeah,
was it a shoulder problem?
No. We wanted to try things. We were, like I said, we were trying double quarterback, and then I went in for a drive. We scored. John actually caught our first pass of that drive, and we kind of just rolled with it. And after that, our defense stepped up, and Chris had 2 nice touchdowns. He didn't have many yards in this game, but he caught 2 of our touchdowns in that second half. Really nice routes in traffic too, and. I think defensively we stepped it up, and I think the cool thing was we didn't really lose composure. We were up 13 zip. They ended up, like I said, scoring 3 straight touchdowns. We kind of stayed calm, stayed cool, and I think that it's a team that from our point of view is that we're not going to get on each other. We're going to keep things positive. And that's why.
How was their attitude?
I think it wasn't bad. I think there was a few calls that they questioned. And I think that once that happens, they could get on each other, get on the refs and the other team. I think they just seemed to be a little bit down. The game wasn't going their way in the second half. They feed off their own energy, right? And their energy seemed to be a little bit low.
The other John that you did not mention had a big game with 3 sacks in this game.
Yes, he did, and he got 1 sack that he thought was a sack that wasn't called, and we got a pick on it. So we'll take it. Well, it was upset. He was upset because it was gonna be a safety.
Oh.
So
did you guys score on after the pick?
We did. So who knows?
It's better.
Yeah, exactly. But it was like a.
So you're still upset when you guys got the pick?
Well, we didn't know we were gonna score.
Yeah, but at the time you were still upset.
I mean, we took 2 points off the board, right? So.
Okay. Did you think it was a sack?
Yeah, I thought it was a sack.
Oh, really? It was obvious.
No, it wasn't obvious. It was close.
Well, when it's close, it's usually not a sack.
It
has to be obvious for it to be a sack.
Yeah, I guess. I guess not then. But it was a good defensive play.
Did Ainsley get a pick while rushing?
He was in one of the craziest picks I've ever seen.
While rushing?
He didn't even tip it to himself. He caught it in midair. It was like he went
picked you or John off?
No, John. He went full Spider-Man mode.
Was it like on a drag?
It was our first possession of the game. It was like triple slants one way, and he just read it.
John runs triple slants?
Sure. No, we didn't run triple slants. We ran all hooks, and he went boop, and he picked it off.
Really?
Yeah, like literally in the air. It was insane.
And did Charles throw a pass also, or was that a mistake?
No, he threw a pass. We did double quarterback.
So like everyone was dropping back. Like,
yeah, we were dropping guys left and right.
Yeah, 4 guys drop back during one play.
Well, we have Chris that can quarterback, right? 2, we have Demario who hasn't played yet that can quarterback too.
Is Demario going to play?
Yeah, he's going to play. Okay. So he's going to play on our hopefully this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was away the first couple weeks.
Yeah, he missed them.
And who's going to be the starter next game?
And what we'll probably do is we'll go with John, and then judge it by there. I don't think we have no reason to set things in stone yet.
Yeah, it's crazy that you guys threw 5 total picks and still came out the victory in this one.
Was it 5?
Yeah, you threw 1 too, right?
Yeah, I did.
Who picked you off?
It was 4th down 1. Alessandro.
4th down pick?
Yeah,
those don't count.
Yeah, well, pick's a pick. Fun game though.
So I think Division 1 is the most intriguing when you look at the standings for who's going to make it the playoffs or not, given that only 3 out of 5 teams make it in.
Yeah.
So that regular season is probably the one that like has the most weight, right?
Yep.
And looking at this upcoming weekend, you got Master Chiefs playing Outlaws. If Outlaws win that game, Master Chiefs are sitting at 0-3. At least they'd be at least 1.5 games behind. Maybe 2 games behind the playoff spot.
Who would have thought?
But if they win that game, they'd be tied with the Outlaws. Both sitting at 1-2.
Yeah.
So that game is huge.
Like, it's weird. Like, either way, Master Chiefs are 0-3 or Outlaws are 1-2.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's something you wouldn't have expected preseason.
Yeah, well, when you have like 4 really strong teams in Division 1, it is to be expected. Yeah, 4 really
I think Outlaws are pretty strong.
And they got Iron Wolves and Bush Boys. You realize that if Bush Boys and Master Chiefs win, you'll have a 3-way tie between Iron Wolves, Outlaws, Master Chiefs, sitting at 1-2 for the last playoff spot.
That's too much math. But it's cool how early on in the season you already see this playing out, right?
Yeah. It's crazy how every game is just so important.
Master Chiefs not playing that. Yeah, they're going to... Statement game for them. That'd be a good one. Early at 10:30 game. Be there. Chiefs Outlaws.
Or B Square.
Yep.
I think covered it all.
That's pretty good, eh?
Yeah, good show.
BPs.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Bold predictions.
Let's go.
You go first.
I'm going Div 1. I'm sticking with that game right there.
Which one?
Master Chiefs Outlaws.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Master Chiefs. No, Outlaws will put up 60 points in this game.
Outlaws will put up 60 points?
And lose.
And lose?
Yep. 61-60.
Okay, that's...
Both teams combined for...
I mean, Outlaws put up 40 and lost, which wouldn't have been bold, but it's still impressive, right?
Yep.
Like,
I see teams are scoring every second, third play.
Wow.
61-60 Chiefs.
I'm going with the women's division.
Okay.
Give me a number between 0 and 100.
84.
84?
Yeah.
I say both teams combined for over 84 points. This both teams in the Tigres and the... Sorry, I had it up on my screen. Tigres and Des Drapeaux.
Yeah.
My game of the week for
Yeah.
this upcoming weekend. Both undefeated. Playing for first place. Well, along with Drama Queens.
Mm-hmm.
Tigres and Des Drapeaux will combine for over 84 points in this game.
Lucky I didn't say like 8 or 9.
I had a plan B for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. 84 points. I like that.
Yeah.
I just said when we did the show in the beginning, that will be pretty much a high-scoring game, I think.
Yeah.
Sounds like good football to me.
Yeah, can't wait. Hopefully we have good weather again this Saturday.
Yep. Remember, games at Arthur Terrien are... No. Games at Le Bear are at
You just mixed everyone up.
Games.
Check the schedule, folks. Always look at your schedule.
Yeah, yes. But I miss Le Bear. Hopefully we watch Le Bear next week.
Well, I can give you a little scoop.
Yeah.
Should I get you off air or did I let the
No,
folks know?
people want to know.
Okay. Well, it's not confirmed yet. So
Yeah.
don't take it for cash that don't show up there. But the plan will be to have the rest of the regular season at Darcy. And then week 1 of the playoffs, because we have 3 playoff weeks this year.
For real?
Yeah. We got the quarterfinal weekend, the semifinal weekend, and then the finals weekend, where we have only finals on the finals weekend. 6 straight finals. So you have 6 divisions now.
Yeah.
So the goal would be to have the first set of playoff games at Le Bear, go back to Darcy for the second week, and back at Le Bear for the finals.
Really?
Yeah.
So the next time we're at Le Bear is not the playoffs.
So what?
The next time we're at Le Bear?
Yeah.
Is this the playoffs?
Yeah. I mean, it's not confirmed yet, but
Yeah.
that's what the rumors are saying.
Oh. Hopefully that changes. I'll tweak them a little.
You want to be at Le Bear and mess it up so we don't
Yeah.
have good enough field for the playoffs?
Le Bear's life. Is that it?
But Darcy McGee's closer.
Yeah, true.
And it's closer to the Metro too for those who walk from the Metro.
Yeah. No, but MFL is Le Bear.
I mean, when I first joined MFL, Le Bear didn't exist. Like, we didn't exist in the MFL. We were playing like at random fields left and right. Like
Someone's backyard.
Yeah. I remember one of my first games was like in Villeray Park, or not Villeray Park, but a park in Villeray, which you probably don't know where that is.
I was just gonna say that.
Near Stade de Montréal.
Yeah, I still don't know where that is. I think that's it.
That's it.
Good stuff, folks. Like we said, check your schedule.
Glad to be back.
Yes.
Hopefully you enjoyed this podcast.
This feels good to be back. Yeah, like we always say, be there or be square, and bring in some Tims early Saturday morning.
See you Saturday.
See ya.